Hello everyone, my name is Delaney, and I'm here today with my Brandon deck profile I just top Nats with, got top 64. I played Brandon because I love the deck, and also because it felt pretty good in majority of the matchups. The roll ad one is a little rough, especially if you lose die roll, but I got to test with the cameraman Ricky for this, for the matchup, and it helped a lot. So let's get into the deck profiles. Got a little bit of weird choices in it for most people, but two Fallen in the White and the original Alves, you have to play it. I kept drawing this guy. It was a little annoying, but thankfully it's like the engine just gets him back in rotation no matter where he is. Two Ecclesia. I was thinking of playing one for the weekend, and then it's like second Ecclesia seems kind of nice. And this card is really good. This card put in a lot of work. One Guiding Quim, still really strong. Just not as reliant on it now. This card was really good for the combo lines that I was doing. One Cartesia. Not on two. I want to try and fit a little more non-engine in because it feels like this is more hand trap heavy format. So I wanted to go a little lighter on engine and go a little more on non-engine so I could have things to combat the new decks and combat Cool Tune a little better. And the approach worked really well. One Driver Gate Springen's Kit. I like this card. It's really good. It's really good for combo lines, really good for just generally everything. Then one Albion the Shadow Dragon. Really good card. Didn't feel the need for more than one. Just kind of came up. Its draws were not really impactful to my game states. One Merc. Unfortunately, still have to play this. Don't like drawing this guy, but he came up. One Dogma Ecclesia. This card's the GOAT. The card's so good to make boards under Charmy is so nice. This one might be a little controversial to some people, but I also played the Golden Sword Soul on my list. And the reason why is because I saw some combos from April on YouTube about with the Golden Sword Soul and the new Sword Soul Synchro. And this felt really nice the entire weekend. Allowed me to make some like really crazy boards. Its Battle Fader effect actually won me a few games because people either played into it not knowing what it did, or it helped me survive, put follow up in rotation, and just did so much stuff. Like, this card is incredible, honestly. I don't regret playing it at all, even if I don't think I need to. It definitely was worth running because it bailed me out sometimes with its first effect. Like, genuinely won 3 games. I said to my opponent in one round, it's always the first effect of the Golden Sword Soul that gets you. And it ended up winning me that match. I mean, 3 Luber. Probably could have started with this because everybody runs 3 Luber. I don't even think I need to explain this. The non-engine monsters, 3 Fua. It's a winged beast, but it's also pretty good going second. This card actually helped save my ass against the Teller Knight matchup, and we'll get to what happened with that later. One Farah and one Magnuma. I liked this as just a one-off tech option, and when it came up, it was pretty good. It didn't come up super often because I'm only playing one, but it's like just a pretty good card, especially when you're like revealing high spirits with it. I don't think I got to do this the entire weekend, but it's like, it was pretty nice. It's definitely not mandatory. You could cut it and not miss it, but I liked having it. Then the Mag, I mean, he's Magnuma. You play branded. Wowbaz is the best dragon card ever printed. Which probably a hot take, but yeah, this showed up a lot in my hand today because I made it look shiny, and it showed up a lot. Unjammed my top deck a couple times against Q, which was really pivotal because they kept putting Retribution on top. 1, 2, 3 of FNV. This card is incredible. Every time I saw it in my opening hand, I felt really good. Every time that it resolved, I felt amazing because it just does so much. 3 High Spirits. If they're gonna hit branded, I feel like they're probably gonna hit this like to 1, just to hurt how often you get the plus 5 billion off of this. This card is incredible, and it's crazy to think there was ever a time where branded players thought it was bad. One opening. I didn't feel the need for more. It's not the discard, it's just I don't want to be fusion locked. Like, I try and avoid that as much as possible. Speaking of fusions, I still have to play this. This card was good when I actually wanted to use it. Other than that, every time I saw it in my hand and I had to activate it, it was very much with a long, exasperated sigh because I didn't want to. 3 Nadir. Almost every time I resolved this card, I was winning. I think there's only one game I resolved Nadir and lost. This card's just incredible. 3 Super Poly. Albaz on board is pretty threatening for a lot of reasons, but I mean, this card has genuinely gotta go. This card gotta go. And then 1 Talents, 1 Called By. Punishing hand traps in this format is kind of like really important, so I wanted to play those cards to help me do that. Talents is always going to be live against Cool Tune, and that was like a big thing is I wanted these cards that were just live as often as possible in matchups. Called By was really good when I drew it because this card also needs to go. Like these last 5 cards in the spell category just all gotta go. 1 Retribution. Searchable Solemn Warning is pretty good. I unfortunately drew this card off of Fua against Kamal Crooks on the final one of day 1 when I needed a live top deck to push with 2 normals in hand. And this was the only thing I drew off of that, and it was like, well, what can I do? And then the last thing in the main deck, 40 card main deck. 3 Dominus Spark. I decided to play this today because I wanted like really good removal on a hand trap that would have a lot of impact, and Spark kind of really felt good into everything. Like everything's activating hand or grave effects, and it has there's almost always a designated point where you want to spark something. And this card just did so much heavy lifting throughout the event. It was genuinely one of the best choices I made to include this in my deck, and I think that there is a lot of merit to running this card in the deck list if you can afford it or if you have access to it, just because it did so much work over the weekend. I Fua'd the Teller Knight player. I lost the die roll. My Fua resolved, and on the last possible draw of Fua for me to have gotten this, I drew Spark, and it stopped me from getting FTK. But no, this genuinely was such a strong card this weekend. It felt really good into the meta. And an extra deck, I mean, it's mostly pretty standard stuff. 2 Dogma, you infinitely recycle these with each other. Same thing with Retribution, you recycle Retribution. 2 Albion, infinitely recyclable again. 1 Lubellion, 1 Mirror Jade. Standard ratios. I mean, this is still the best card of all time. Avalenitas, because it's a good send, but also there's a lot of dragons you can contact if you're using 2 right now. Titanic Lad. I didn't ever summon him once, but summoning Quem or Albaz during the end phase is pretty good. 1 Rinrum. This card is so strong. Again, another one I never summoned. Its graveyard effect is so powerful. Kept me from dying a lot of times. Was another really strong interruption. 1 Granganol. I decided this list to try and play because of other tech options in the extra deck that I'm going to get to. I decided to try and play 1 Granganol. And honestly, it felt fine. Even if you put this in the graveyard off of something like High Spirits, you don't need to run through it in the combo lines I was doing. And you can recycle it with the Ecclesia Synchro as well. So it's like I didn't really miss the second one at all. In testing, there was only one time it would have come up, and I still think I won the game. 1 Quertus is what I was playing instead of the second Granganol, and he came up a good amount. He made my Super Poly better, which was nice, because an Illuberment Super Poly was immediately live, made it harder to counterplay. And he just helped me live, and was a generally annoying annoying card to try and deal with for all the matchups. 1 Borreload Furious. Didn't play Star Source because I think the multi-turn pop is better than like Star Source's immediate 2-pop. This card's just very strong, and it also means the Super Poly is live off of Mag on field with Zaylin on board, which is funny. It's not super relevant, but it did come up a couple times. This card's just, I think, just better than Star Source in every way. 1 Mixuzia. The reason why I played the Mixuzia is because it's like another really good Super Poly target, but sometimes you also make it with Cartesia, and then this gives you access to Mirror Jade on some weird hands or game states, among other things you can do with it. It was very powerful every time, whether I was summoning it via Super Poly or via Cartesia. It was just very, very strong. I actually got hit with a Regina turn 0. And he goes summon Elf No Power Patron, target it to try and increase the level so he could try and make June Pride. And I just changed Super Poly because Regina's a spellcaster and I took those off the board. He just went hand neg to get Super Poly into Mixuzia. And then Synchros, I mean, one Ecclesia the Dark Dragon. This card is bonkers. And then one Champions of Sword Soul. I had this for the combo lines that I mentioned earlier, where you use it to search, or use it in Golden Sword Soul, you get through that, and you use this to search Cartesia and end on Mirror Jade, and you can cycle Mirror Jade 3 times. It's really strong. And this card's also just really threatening going second too, because it not only searches extension, but it is removal. And that actually came up a lot during the event, where there would be simplified game states, or game states where my opponent was under a Charmy, and they would pass on little, and I could completely invalidate their half board and what they were trying to set up by sitting on this and not using its removal effect. So it's a very strong card. I think you should be playing this. You hypothetically don't need to play Golden Sword Soul for these combo lines, but I think it makes them a lot easier rather than you having to rely on having another forward hand or a special summon for it, like something like Ice Breeze to get another level for it. So I think just natively having the way to build the combo is probably the best thing. And then it's your side deck. 3 raw Sphere Mode. Starting with this because I hated it the most. I wanted to respect big board decks, like the decks that are using Charmer Quartets, like Fairy Tale, Archmage, and Elf Note and stuff like that. I wanted to respect this, but every time I drew this, it didn't feel good. Like, it cleared the board, but oftentimes I felt like I needed my normal summon a lot to meaningfully play into hand traps, and it just did not work the way I wanted it to, so I'd probably make this something else. I don't know what yet. 3 Perulia. This card was really good this event. You could main deck this, honestly. I wouldn't know if I would go that far, but it's like really, really good. This card was going second, was really good. It played every matchup I sided this in pretty much, and just 6 Charmies inside, and it made going second so much easier. It's already going second is pretty easy with Branded, but like this has made it a lot easier. And for some matchups, they had to play a lot less, and it helped me play through hand traps in addition. And then 2 Bitch Deals for the mirror match. I'm gonna side these into Rolad as well to help try and make it to where their Azumina stuff does less. Protect code is less likely to happen in the graveyard, so they can't extend meaningfully on their link climb plays. And then in the mirror match, these are obviously pretty good because they snipe end phase graveyard effects before they happen. 1 Diabells. This is hypothetically good into Rolad, and I just kind of didn't want to side it in ever with the new combo lines I was doing. So this will probably also be something else. Again, no idea what. Because I didn't really miss any of the things I was theorying about siding. But yeah, the only time I ever sided in, I got Charmied, and I didn't want to try and commit to that. 1 Duster, 2 Lightning Storm. In case I ran into any matchups that I wasn't necessarily prepared for, but had an issue with this. Also for Branded Mirror, which I somehow dodged on the entire event, which is nice for me because I'm not the most confident in it. But these cards came up a little bit. And last things inside: 1 Judgment, 2 Solemn Accusation. My very fancy looking Solemn Suite. Just for going first, like just to back up my board, but also back up like any half board under Charmies. It was very funny because the first round of the tournament, I had Solemn Accusation set with my board set up under Perulia. I gave him 2 draws, and he goes end of battle evenly. I Accusation it, and he banishes the other 2 from hand because they were his Perulia draws, with 1 evenly in hand already. So I just hand ripped him for 2 essentially, and then also hand ripped Kamal for 2 with it as well, or he conceded. Even if this card wasn't good, it's always worth siding in my opinion, just because of the sheer look of frustrations that I got from resolving. But it was also very good in the side. It won me several games against breakers that would have really blown me out otherwise. So I think this was like one of the best. I think this is probably the best card in my side deck besides like Perulia. And then, I mean, that's about it. The matchups I played, I think it was like 8 Cool Tune. I played 3 Rollad, which I went 2-1 against. Lost die roll against one of the Rollads, and it was really miserable. I just did not open non-engine to beat him. And then Charmer Quartet makes playing into the board with Super Poly really awkward. I played an Elf Note, I played Teller Knight, and I think that's all the matchups I played. I don't think... Oh, I played a Malice Striker, which was kind of neat. But that deck unfortunately can't beat 3 activations of Mirror Jade plus Albaz plus everything else that I could possibly have. And then that's about it. I felt really good about the list. The list felt really good. There's not a whole lot in the main deck I would change, besides maybe messing with some non-engine, some different things. I think the deck felt really great. I played really well all weekend. I'm really happy with how my progress and mentality is as a player now. And before we end the video, shoutouts to, there's a lot of people to give shoutouts to. Shoutouts to Ricky Tipton, who's recording this right now. Genuinely did so much to help me throughout the process of leading up to NATS and the nights before NATS, because we're recording this at our hotel right now. We were doing testing and everything here, testing at nights in the month leading up to the event. I do not think I would have gotten as far as I did if he didn't do all that with me. Joseph Casper and the Sun Valley group back home, best region, best card store in Arizona, if not the country, maybe the world. Such a strong region. Joey's an inspiration, and they helped build me up to the skill level I'm at now. Shout outs to April as well. I'll have her channel plugged in the description. Most of you know her, but she helped theory craft the deck list with me. Shout outs to majority of the people I played in the event as well. They were all super chill. A lot of them came up throughout the day, see how I was doing, supported me on my run. Really, really grateful for them, and really glad I got to add some of them on social media on Discord. And I think shout out to Anthony Vehard too for doing a lot of testing with me. Just being a chill guy to talk to about Guilty Gear on the trip, keep me sane so I didn't overthink about Yu-Gi-Oh! That being said, thank you guys for watching, and if you ended up enjoying this content, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. Have a good night.